It's true, during a gold and silver bull market, almost anyone that's been stacking metals is going to make money. However, a few gold and silver investors are going to have abnormally high gains from stacking gold, platinum, and silver. These gains will be a direct result of something special, something different, something that separates elite stackers, the top 10%, from the average. I refined it down to 7 key differences. At the end of this video, you will know those 7 things the elite do, and I'm also going to ask you to make a choice going forward. In some ways, it's as simple as Neo having to choose between the red pill and the blue pill. Lucky for you, this video is the red pill. The choice to face facts, learn potentially unsettling and life-changing truths, and to embrace this understanding to unlock your full potential as a stacker and a person as well. Leave the video now and you choose the blue pill, a choice to remain content, comfortable, and complacent in your experience of ordinary reality. Make your choice. If you're here, then you've decided that average is for everyone else, because ultimately, if you want to get what everyone else is getting, just do what they're doing. My hope is that you don't want ordinary. You want something more than that. Every time I've had a major accomplishment or a change in my life that was significant in any way, it was because I got sick and tired of being ordinary. One of the challenges of life is that ordinary or being average is so very easy. It basically requires minimal effort and usually doesn't require you to make any significant or dramatic changes or sacrifices. We trick ourselves into thinking it's not ordinary, or we tell ourselves that we don't need to be more than ordinary, or we tell ourselves ordinary is good enough because we don't want to put the work in to get what's extraordinary, extraordinary. Who really says, I want to go to a fancy steakhouse and get an ordinary steak? Or goes to Gordon Ramsay's burger and says, I just want to have an ordinary burger. Or dare I say, look into your lover's eyes and say, I just want to have an ordinary experience with you tonight, baby. I need you to be sick and tired of ordinary, sick of average, sick of good enough, and all the other weak milquetoast ways of living and being. Jim Collins is 100% right. Good is the enemy of great. We like to believe that the elite, be it athletes, lawyers, doctors, or teachers, are somehow born that way, that it's genetic, when in reality, a major component is just work ethic, not genetics. It's something nurtured and developed within them. It's about how they navigate the world. It's more about the art of being in terms of who they are, how they function, live, and exist. It doesn't seem to matter the context. The elite have these 7 traits in common. Number 1, tot. No, not tater tots. Get out of here. Though some tater tots do sound delicious. Wait, focus, Dr. Stacker. TOT stands for time on task. How much do you really spend on learning about precious metals? Do you spend more time on your grocery list than looking at your investments? Are you subscribed to Stackers University? Are your notifications turned on so you can watch the video right away? Researchers argue that greatness or being elite is a result of spending extraordinary amounts of time and effort learning, gaining knowledge and skills in that specific area. Others have proposed the quote 10-year rule or the 10,000 hours rule. Whatever it is, there's a time you have to commit to what it is you're doing and learning it, being all about it. Number 2, they're hyper-focused and they can ignore distractions. What most people would call obsessive, the elite call it hyper-focus, with their ability to ignore distractions. How many crazy stories have you heard over the years about Kobe Bryant spending abnormal amounts of time working on his game? Are you hyper-focused on stacking? Are you hyper-focused on becoming the very best investor you can be? It's not just enough to spend time on tasks, it's about making sure every moment counts. The elite do that. Number 3, desire, direction, and purpose. Napoleon Hill said it best. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in your mind. Weak desire brings weak results. Just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat. Elite stackers have a clear desire that focuses their direction and their purpose. Ask yourself, what do I desire to accomplish from my stacking? Am I headed in the direction and at the pace that I want to go? What is the purpose that's driving me to action? Number 4, mindset or psyche. Do you have a growth mindset? Do you see abundance in the world, or do you see a lack? Whatever you see, you will continue to see and get from this world. Elite individuals see abundance. They have a growth mindset. They see barriers as hurdles, not walls. Elite stackers know that they can stack harder, and they constantly find more ways to do so. They aren't trying to outdo anyone, they're just trying to outdo themselves. Number 5, have a plan and goals. Elite stackers know that stacking for the sake of stacking is not enough, as it doesn't require commitment or consistency. They have clear goals, they are ambitious, and when they reach their goals ahead of schedule, they develop new and even more ambitious goals. Number 6, since I just mentioned it, commitment and consistency. If you want extraordinary results, if you want to be an elite stacker, do what the elite do. They have an unwavering commitment to their goals and consistently work towards it. Denzel Washington has this beautiful quote, and it summarizes point 5 and 6 so very well. Dreams without goals are just dreams, and ultimately, they fuel disappointment. On the road to achieving your dreams, you must have discipline, but more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish. Dreams without goals are just dreams, and ultimately, they fuel disappointment. On the road to achieving your dreams, you must have discipline, but more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish. Number 7, expectations. They don't just expect to win or accomplish their goals, they want to demolish their goals and their number one competitor, which is themselves. They want to master stacking. They want to know all that they can and do everything in their power to meet their abnormally high expectations, and then they do it. They are relentless in this pursuit and trying to make sure that every expectation is exceeded. Winning isn't enough. Having a great stack isn't enough. They want and expect more of themselves, and it's what they need to do, and they get extraordinary results because of that. Don't get me wrong, stacking isn't the only thing in life, and money isn't the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to acquire the freedom that comes from having money, the security that comes from having money, the generational wealth that you can pass to your loved ones, in addition to the time, memories, and lessons that comes from having money. Don't tell me money doesn't matter, because I've had money and I've not had money. And what I do know is my highs are higher and my lows aren't as low when I have money. The people that tell you money doesn't matter either don't have it and use that as an excuse, or there are people who have money and are afforded to live a life where money doesn't matter. You can argue with me if you want, but I know what's true for my life. I work to be an elite stacker because I want a life where money doesn't have to matter, that money doesn't have to be the limiting or determining factor. I warned you that I had a question for you, and now it's more like a set of questions. Do you want to be elite or average? Do you want to be Kobe Bryant or the 12th man on the Lakers roster? Do you want to be extraordinary or just ordinary? Are you going to allow good enough to be the enemy of your greatness? In the comments section, will you commit to do what it takes to be elite, be it stacking or in some area of your life? Are you willing to make the sacrifices? Are you committed to live out these 7 principles, to do the work? If the answer is yes, all you need to do is type yes in the comments section. And the reason you're typing yes is for the world to see that you have made this commitment, so that we can encourage you, so we can pick you up if you stumble, so we can help hold you accountable if you falter. I'm sick of average, and I hope you are too. Let's commit to being elite from this day forward. I'll know by the comments if you're an A+ student, so the only thing left to do is to remind you, always stack smarter and never stop learning.